Madam, I diploma.
Kranti madam, please unmute yourself. You're not audible. Good morning, Pradeep sir.
Yeah, good morning.
We are starting, sir. Just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Am I audible now? Am I audible? Excuse me, am I audible now?
Yes, madam, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Let me start off right away. Good morning to all the members present in the meeting. I'm Kranti, Assistant Professor of English, Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities. Ladies and gentlemen and girls and boys, all of us must have been 3 or 4 years old when we started going to school. We started learning the alphabet. Excuse me. We started learning the alphabet, then moved slowly towards learning sentences and speaking and writing. We were taught how to count, and subjects like history, science, and geography found their way into our classes. Through the subjects we choose at graduation, we start looking at the world with our own perspective and explore that particular field further. But the question we should ask ourselves is, are we using this process of learning as merely an aid to get a degree and then secure a job? No, we should not do that. Education is not just for seeking a better job. The ultimate aim of any human being is to lead a happy life. It is the values we adapt which become the principal principles we follow in our lives, and those principles in turn help us build our character. Let me help you recollect, girls and boys, what Swami Bodhamanandaya said day before yesterday. It is the character which is very important. It is the character which you develop that makes you an ideal person, a unique human being, and gives you recognition in the society. So basically, if we inculcate some values within ourselves and follow them, we are happy and satisfied with our lives. We are self-confident and self-reliant. We can make the members of our family happy, and consequently, peace and harmony can be achieved in the society. Today, we are fortunate to have with us Professor Pradeep Ramancharla, a renowned personality who is a civil engineer by profession, a veteran in his field, and is equally enthusiastic and passionate about inculcating human values in youngsters. At first, let me thank Dr. Sunita Vijay Kumar, the convener of this program, for giving me this wonderful opportunity of introducing the distinguished speaker of today's session. Let me now give a brief profile of Professor Pradeep Ramacharla. Sir has done his Ph.D. from University of Tokyo, Japan in 2001. He has master's from Indian Institute of Technology in 1997 from Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. He has done his Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering from Vasavi College of Engineering, Osmania University. He has received his Diploma in Civil Engineering in 1992 from Quli Qutub Government Polytechnic College, Hyderabad. Professor Pradeep worked in L&T-ECC for about a year and went to Tokyo, Japan for pursuing his Ph.D. After receiving the degree. He worked as a post-doctoral research fellow for 1 year from 2001 to 2. He joined IIIT Hyderabad in September 2002 and started Earthquake Engineering Research Center. He was also instrumental in initiating graduate program on computer-aided structural engineering at IIIT Hyderabad in 2002. His research interests are earthquake safety assessment of buildings, historical and critical structures, and capacity building on earthquake disaster safety. Professor Pradeep is leading an active research group of around 20 people. He is presently supervising 10 PhD students, and Sir has over 100 papers published in international and national referred journals. Professor Pradeep developed the applied element method to solve crack initiation and propagation in near fault rupture phenomenon and reduced computation time to understand future possible large earthquakes in Himalayan region. He has also extended this method to study the collapse behavior of structures subjected to blast loading. Professor Pradeep is a champion of earthquake safety assessment in India. He has already collected the data of over 80,000 buildings across India. He has developed a new methodology for documenting housing typologies and estimating earthquake disaster risk index of cities. Currently, this indexing method is adopted by the National Disaster Management Authority for ranking cities across the nation to understand their relative risk profiles towards launching disaster management initiatives. In association with NDMA, Sir has developed a primer on rapid visual screening of buildings for earthquake safety assessment. He has also undertaken vulnerability assessment of buildings for many state governments and six major ports in Gujarat. Professor Pradeep visited Bhuj, Gujarat for conducting reconnaissance survey after Bhuj earthquake that hit in 2001. He also visited tsunami-affected areas of Andhra Pradesh. Sir is an expert committee member of post-earthquake team of NDMA, Government of India. He is currently a BIS panel member of IS 456 and IS 1343, Earthquake Engineering Sectional Committee, and also a member of National Building Code of India. Now let me tell you about the awards and recognitions received by Sir. Professor Pradeep received the Young Scientist Award from ICI in 2011 and Commendation Certificate from Indian Embassy, Japan in 2001. He has received the prestigious Mount Busho Fellowship for Studies in Japan in 1998. He was a university topper in civil engineering in 1995. He was a topper at IIT Kanpur too in 1997. He was a topper in Diploma in 1992 and also a topper in school in 1998. He was, Sir has worked as the registrar at IIIT Hyderabad. Sir was also head Earthquake Engineering Research Center and Vice President, Indian Association of Structural Engineers. This was the brief profile of Professor Pradeep as a civil engineer. Now let me talk about his contribution towards universal human values. Professor Pradeep is a strong proponent of universal human values in higher education. He is a strong, he has been spearheading the activity of human values in IIIT Hyderabad since 2005. His unique contribution has been to introduce human values as a course in colleges of technical education. Since 2013, based on his initiative, governments of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana introduced a compulsory course on human values in 3,000 degree colleges and imparted hands-on training to over 5,000 faculty members. He's also instrumental in AICT's student induction programs and UGC's Diksharam programs. Today, he is one of the most sought-after speakers for conducting FTP on human values. He has conducted over 28-day, Sir has conducted over 28-day and 121 to 3 days workshops and over 300 special lectures on the universal human values. Sir's dream is to take value education to all the people in 2 Telugu states. With this brief profile, may I now request Professor Pradeep to take over the session. So thank you for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you for my introduction.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you able to see my screen? Hello? Hello?
Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
Can't see. What is this?
Okay.
Yes, sir. We can see it. We can see it now. We can see it now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hope you are now able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
We can able to hear, sir.
Yeah, okay. So let me start. Please, I welcome all the students and faculty members who are coordinating this one and all the students who are attending this. So may I know how many students are listening to this right now? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. I just asked how many students are listening to this one? Just
how many students are there? Thousands, sir, over 1,000.
1,000 students. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a way that they can chat or send questions, or you will interact with me?
It will be after the session, sir. They would be putting them on the chat box.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so we have now it is 12:10. So I'll be presenting my slides up to 1 o'clock, and after that I'll take questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah. So let's get into the topic. So I'm going to discuss with you about this topic: universal human values. Now let us explore these things. That is values, human values, and whether it can be universal or it will be personalized, or it depends on place to place, time to time, okay, or individualistic. So value, the meaning of value is something which is useful. Now, useful to whom? Useful to whom? So there are two entities. One is to human beings and other one is to rest of the nature. So usefulness is related to these two things. One is useful to human beings as well as rest of the nature. Now we are talking about human beings' usefulness to other fellow human beings and to the rest of the nature. Now the main point is whether these values can be universal or not. So as a part of the student induction program, I'm initiating this discussion. So there are many proposals which I would like to put in front of you, and it is for you to explore and do a self-reflection whether these statements are right or wrong and come to your own conclusion. And then later you can check whether that conclusion is universal or something unique to yourself. A simple example, like say you are hungry. So when I say I am hungry, or when you say you are hungry, so what does it mean? Only you will be hungry or every human being will be hungry given at any point of time. So people will be hungry. So that is what is universalness. There is nothing special about me only. Only I feel hungry. No, it's not like that. Every human being feels hungry. Okay. So this is universal. Hunger is getting hungry is universal. So it's not only specific to myself. Okay. So there are many things which can be universalized, and we understand that. Now let me come to the topics for today's discussion. So we'll discuss about current state of an individual, and then what are the basic human aspirations and harmony at the level of individual, at the level of society, and at the level of nature, and finally summary. Now let me tell you about what are the national expectations from engineering colleges. Okay, so broadly from education, but to be specific, now I'm talking about engineering colleges. So to generate manpower that is well trained in technical knowledge and skills, this is the first expectation, and the manpower which has holistic outlook, not narrow outlook, and then this manpower will work for national needs, global needs, and larger human needs. That is the expectation from engineering colleges. Now when it comes to a graduating student, so what do we see in a graduating student? So what do we want him or her to possess? So graduating student must have the knowledge of all the items, below items. So one is area of study, that is have an understanding of the concepts as well as skills in his or her branch or discipline. The second one is language, that is the ability to read, comprehend, express oneself in that language. Second is have the knowledge of society, that is what is social, economic, political systems in which this person is living. And then have knowledge of relationships. So live and work in family and also at workplace with harmony. And then possess character. That means what? Have knowledge of how to reflect within myself, that is self-reflection, and then the responsibility, courage, and attitude of service. So these are the expectations from graduating student. So the graduating student should or is expected to have these things. But when it comes to incoming student has a lot of concerns. Okay, now first and the biggest concern if, for the students is, I narrowly missed the topmost college. That is one big concern. Whether this current college will fulfill my requirements or not. Is my rank too high to be studying in this college? So many concerns are there. But if I say note down these things, first one is insecurity about one's future. That means what? Whether I'll get a job, whether I'll have a proper livelihood or not. These are some of the concerns. Then unsure about their own aspirations. Don't know what is the larger goal. Okay, so thereby having low goals. What is that? Like after studying, I need a job. So this is very, very low goal, which a person of this age, that is 17, 18 should have. Okay, this is actually the last lap of your, whatever marathon, whatever you are running. So last lap means what? In around 20 years of education, total 20 years of education if we take, these are the last 4 years. After this, many of you will not go to higher education. Some or many will go to jobs. So it is better to have a very large goal, not as very small or low goal. Then incoming student concern is already like there is declining relationship with parents, teachers, etc. That means there is a generation gap. So these old people are people who are say 20 years older than the students. They are not able to comprehend with them. They are not able to be in sync with them. That is another concern. Then there are a lot of contradictions which these students are seeing. What are the contradictions? The people who are elder to them, they say something and do something. This is another problem. So these are all incoming student concerns. And then there are national expectations and what a graduating student should possess. Now in this backdrop, if we look at how to bridge the gap. So to bridge the gap, what we need to do is students should reflect on their own goals. That is what the initiation of the exercise we are going to do now. And then develop relationship between students and teachers, also parents, and inculcate understanding and feeling of responsibility towards the larger societal needs. Okay, now what are we going to discuss? I'm actually giving some sample of topics and then I'll discuss few topics with you. First is student aspirations and what are the family expectations. The second is what are human needs. So what are human physical needs, psychological needs. Okay. Then gratitude towards people helping me, means helping us. Then what is the difference between competition, cooperation and excellence? And then next, how to overcome peer pressure. No one would want to be inside peer pressure, in peer pressure experiencing. And then the self-confidence, how to inculcate this self-confidence so that I deliver, like I do whatever things I am doing boldly, I can express boldly myself and learn boldly. Okay. So now let us look at the aspirations first. Now, it's already 3 to 4 years you have been putting lot of effort to crack one exam. That is definitely JEE. Okay, most of you must have written, maybe more than 90% of you must have written that exam. And initially when you were joining the coaching institutes, the thinking was like I'll get admission into the topmost college. And after that slowly you put efforts and after that ranking became up, down, all those things. Finally, what happened is we landed in this college. Okay. Now let me tell you the truth. Okay, what is the truth? Now all the time we are putting lot of effort. Okay, lot of effort. For what? So we are doing assignments, we are doing homework, we are doing learning, reading, all those things we are doing. What? For becoming something. Okay, so we are putting effort to become something. So why do you want to become something? To do or to get something. And then finally to be. So now let me give some samples. Say, for example, I put lot of effort to become a doctor. Okay. So now I became a doctor and I am doing service, and I am getting money and respect. Now, but what is the purpose of it? The main purpose of it is to be happy and prosperous. To be happy and prosperous. So that is what is the destination, being. Now the second is, say I'm putting a lot of effort and I want to become engineer and I want to make things, get money, get respect, and be happy and prosperous. Be happy and prosperous. Now there is a feeling that like I'm putting lots of effort to become IIT engineer. For what? To make some things, to engineer some things. And then there is a like feeling in society that these IIT engineers will get more money and will get more respect in society. And now when it comes to being, again this happiness and prosperity, that is the being. Now if I take another a profession or another area, so I do a lot of effort, okay, I became a farmer and I grow things, I get money and I get respect, and to be happy and prosperous. Now if you look at this slide more carefully, what we are able to see in this is there are steps towards goal and there is a goal. Now if you look at the last column is not changing for whatever effort you are putting, whatever you are becoming, and whatever you are getting. The last column is not changing. Actually, that is the basic human goal. Now, you verify within yourself, is there any person who is listening, okay, that doesn't want to become happy? So can you say that you don't want to become happy? Now, whatever we are doing, all those things boil down to this one state, that is happiness. Okay. So, like if you say that no, I'm not working for happiness, then check for what you are working. Okay. Maybe you can say that I want to make my parents happy. Now you are seeking your happiness in making your parents happy. So that is your happiness statement. Now rest all things are steps towards the goal, and the actual goal, that is basic human goal, is to be happy and prosperous. That is what is the basic human aspiration. Now let's look at the basic human aspiration as happiness and prosperity. And when you reach there, you would like to continue that state, or you don't want that state to continue. Maybe you say that I want to be happy for 10 minutes a day, or 1 hour a day, or 3 hours a day, or all the time you want to be happy. Check for yourself. The answer would be yes, you want to continue that state. So continue that state, happiness. Happiness is the state. So what is the happiness? Happiness is the indicator actually. It is indicator that you are in a state of harmony. And no one would want to disturb their own harmony. So that is very important. Now in this one, there are two expectations from education. Number one is understanding the aspiration. Second is learning skills to achieve that aspiration. Understanding the aspiration, that is what to do, and learning skills to achieve that, that is how to do. So these are the two things. Now, when it comes to practicality, what is happening? What is happening? Now, I'll give one example. That is, say there is a class of 30 students. Now, in the class of 30 students, how many students can come first in class? How many students can come first in class? Only one person. Now, how many students can understand the subject? Everyone can understand the subject. Whoever puts effort, they will understand the subject. Now, if I ask you while you are preparing for JEE or MSET, how many students can get one rank? Yes, only one person. Right? If there is a tie, maybe two people can get. But how many students can understand the topics in that? Everyone, whoever studies, they will understand that. Now, if we look at these two things, one is, so two terms. One is to be special, to get a rank or something. And second is excellence. Excellence and to be special. Now, a person who is trying to come first in class out of 30, how many people this person will help? He or she will not help anyone because their position is at stake. But on the other hand, person who is trying to understand the subject can help any number of people, can help others understand that, so that his level of knowledge is confirmed that yes, he or she knows that subject. Now, when somebody is helping others, this person will have harmony around him or her. And if somebody is not helping anybody around them, there will be disharmony in that. So these two things, now you can understand which state you would want to be, harmony or disharmony. Okay. So if you go with say cooperation, so that is what is called healthy competition. Healthy competition means you are cooperating with people so that they are able to do their best. So that is what is cooperation, and then thereby you will reach excellence. Now, if we look at this one, if we miss that clarity, what will happen is our choice becomes this jumble. Okay, our program becomes jumble of choices like you want to complete school with good marks, get admission into a good college, get job, get degree, and get job. Now, what does it mean to get job? What does it mean to get job? So, now job with a salary. Now, let us assume that you are getting a job of some salary, say some 50,000 per month or 60,000 per month. So you got the job. Okay, definitely everyone would want say some salary or a decent salary. So now, unfortunately, what happens is, what is the meaning of this decent salary? That we have lost. There is no meaning. Okay, that is what we have to now confirm, that what is the meaning of decent salary. So let us start with say 60,000 per month, or maybe you can say that 1 lakh per month. Let us start with 1 lakh per month. After you finish your BTech, okay, from MBS or college, you are getting 1 lakh rupees per month salary. Let us assume that, hypothetical example. Now you are doing the job and 1 year is over. Now, do you want increment or not? Yearly increment or not? Definitely you say that yes, I want yearly increment. Now you go to your boss and you express yourself. Yes, sir, I want increment. Now your boss has seen your work profile, all those things for 1 year, and then he said that okay, you quote how much increment you want. Now you thought for some time and said that okay, I need say 20% increment. Now boss said okay, no problem, I will give you 20% increment. Maybe you are asking 20%, I will give you 25% increment. So boss gave you 25% increment. Now, by receiving 25% increment, when you ask 20, will you be happy or not? Obviously, you say, yes, I will be happy because I got more than what I asked for. Now, next day, you came to know that your other colleague, got 50% increment. Then problem starts. What happens? Comparison. So, now all this education, or our own self-reflection, what it is throwing us into is, if I am relatively better, I am better. Otherwise, I don't have any value. This is the problem. So this point you have to self-reflect. This is very, very important. If surrounding people are lower than me, if I am unique, then I will be happy. If surrounding people are equal to me or maybe more than me, I am not happy. This is very, very bad thing. So we need to first think on this one and come to a conclusion. So we want it to be special or we want excellence. This is the first knowledge. So being is very, very important. Okay, now if that is the case, then next year if your boss is asking how much increment you want, answer would be what? More than the other person. So what is happening is, if we don't focus on proper concepts which are delivered in education, there is a danger that we will be living in chaos. Okay, you can see that chaos. Now, goal should be fixed. What is the goal? Actually, my goal is to be happy and prosperous. If my goal is to be happy and prosperous, I will find out what I want and I'll put my efforts for what I want, and then I get it. Okay, but if my requirement is continuously changing by surrounding environment, when I don't know what I want, I am doomed. All life I will be in trouble. Okay, for that reason, so we need to understand these concepts. Okay, so what are these concepts? I need to find out what I want. Okay, so I am not saying that we should live with less. No, that is not my point. Now let us take two families. one family is a rich family and another family is normal family, but well-to-do family. Rich family, normal family. Now, where do we see the differences between these two families? Rich family will have a big house. Normal family will have a maybe 2-bedroom rented flat. Rich family will have 3-4 cars. Normal family may not have cars, may have bike. Rich family will have maybe a lot of electronic gadgets. Normal family may not have that many gadgets. Now, can you say with guarantee that rich family is always happy and normal family is not happy? Can we say with guarantee? Obviously, we cannot say that. So that means what? With money, we can buy physical facilities. That is the conclusion. And physical facilities need not necessarily ensure happiness. So now let us come to the first proposal. Our basic human aspiration is to be happy and prosperous. Now you have to reflect on this one. Self-reflection on this basic human aspiration. Do you agree with the proposal? Check for yourself. Do you want to be happy? Check. Second, do you want to be prosperous? Okay, I'll give the definition of prosperity. Are you happy? And another test is, are you prosperous? Okay. Now, coming to this, I said, how much money we want. Let me say that with money, we can, what I told you, rich family, normal family. Rich family will have a lot of facilities. Normal family may not have that many facilities. But we cannot conclude that rich family is always happy. We cannot conclude that. That means what? With money, we get physical facilities, and physical facilities need not necessarily ensure happiness. That's all. These two things. Okay, but we need physical facilities. There is no doubt in that. We need physical facilities. Now, what is the definition of physical facilities? Anything which is physical. Anything which is physical is a physical facility. Now, to tell you more precisely, anything which is measurable is a physical facility. Measurable means what? Length, breadth, height, weight, thickness, whatever all measurement, everything which can be measured is physical facility. The things which cannot be measured is a non-physical facility. So, for example, say, let me take, say, shoes, okay, car, building, clothes, all these things, what you can measure, they are physical facilities. Then things which cannot be measured, what cannot be measured? So let's take, say, satisfaction cannot be measured. Happiness cannot be measured. Trust cannot be measured. Okay, so all things which cannot be measured are a different category. Non-physical things, they are non-physical. Trust is a non-physical thing. Okay, happiness is a non-physical thing. Satisfaction is a non-physical thing. Peace is non-physical things. Okay, like that. So physical facility, non-physical facility. Now, any physical facility you take, it is the requirement of body. This is an important statement. You have to think on this one. Any physical facility is the requirement of body, and anything which is non-physical is the requirement of self. And human being is coexistence of this self, the coexistence of body and self. This is human being's definition. Coexistence of body and self. Self has some requirements, those requirements are non-physical. Body has some requirements, those requirements are physical. Now, let me take an example and give you, reinforce this concept. Okay, say let's take, say, shoes. Why do we need shoes? Why do we need shoes? There are two very striking reasons we can say. That is, one is protection. Second one is comfort. These two are actually the requirements of body. But when we purchase shoes, what do we look? When you go to shop, what do you see? You see first, say, brand, size, color, pride, style, all these things. Now, all these things are requirement of self. You can see, brand is a requirement of self. Brand is a requirement of self. Color is a requirement of self. Style is a requirement of self. All. And what is happening is, while selecting shoes, mainly requirement of self are dominating the requirement of body. That is the main thing. Now, what is happening is, our training is to derive non-physical thing from physical thing. That is the first and foremost thing we have to avoid. I am not saying that don't buy good shoes. No, perfectly fine. Go ahead and buy whatever you want to buy, you buy. But don't think that you will derive happiness through that. That's all. Okay, it is not happiness actually, it is an excitement. When you purchase a new thing, you will get excited. But slowly that excitement comes down. And then you want to buy another facility. Again excited, again comes down, again excitement, again comes down. So that means what? All the time we are in confusion doing zigzag. Okay, I don't mean to say that we should not have good things. No, that is not. You have good things, okay. But what? Don't try to derive happiness through that. That's it. Now let me take, say, clothes. So what kind of clothes you want to wear at home? When you are at home, what kind of clothes you want to wear at home? Most comfortable dress or most attractive dress? Obviously, your answer is most comfortable dress. But when you come out, when you go out, we say most attractive dress. Okay, so what's happening with that attraction? How many people are getting attracted to you by seeing your dress? Or you check for yourself. You want to talk to people who are wearing good dress or who are talking to you nicely. So don't miss this concept. Again, I'm saying don't ever think that you should not have good dress. No, that is not the point. Point is these things will not give happiness. That is the only thing. Now there is a limitation from physical facility. What are the limitations of physical facilities? We can use these physical facilities for only three things. One is for nurturing our body, for protecting our body, for making right utilization of our body. Okay, these three things. Other than these three things, we cannot use physical facilities for any other purpose. If you feel that physical facilities are used for deriving happiness, then lot of time will be wasted. And then we will not be in the direction of right kind of knowledge which will give us happiness. That is very, very core and essential point. One more example I'll give you, and after that I'll go to the next topic. That example is, say, let's take one universality example. So let us take health. Okay, when it comes to body, we want to be healthy. If I ask you this question, do you want to be healthy? What is your answer? Obviously, you say, yes, I want to be healthy. Now, if I ask you the same question after, say, 1 year, do you want to be healthy? Will your answer change? It doesn't change. After 10 years, it doesn't change. Answer will not, it is time invariant answer. Now, instead of you, if I ask somebody else, answer is same. In some other area, in some other country, answer is same. You can see this universality. Every human being want to be healthy. Every human being want to be healthy. Very, very important point. Okay. So anything which doesn't change with time, doesn't change with the place, and doesn't change with individuals. That is what is universality. Okay. This is truth. Truth is universal. Truth is universal. That's all. Truth is what? Health. Now, for health, being healthy, there are many aspects for being healthy. Many aspects. Okay. Food is one aspect. Food is one aspect. In food, there are two components. When it comes to food, there are two components. What are those two components? Okay, one component is nutrition of food. Second component is taste of the food. Now, what is important for being healthy out of these two components? What is the priority item for becoming healthy? Nutrition or taste? Obviously, answer is nutrition. Now, what is the priority while selecting the food? Priority is becoming taste. That's how we are making wrong choices. Wrong choices are that. Okay. So fix nutrition first. Fix nutrition first. Nutrition will not come automatically. It requires knowledge. It requires knowledge. But taste, anybody wants taste. But person who has knowledge will only find the food which is appropriate to him or her and in that season. So now check what is your knowledge on food. What is seasonal food, what is regional food, how much to take according to your body conditions, all these things. If you have that, then you have knowledge. If you don't have that, then you don't have knowledge. So now the simple thing, okay, nutrition is priority, taste is priority. If you are making taste as priority, then health will go to dogs. That is the main problem. Okay, so we need to discriminate. We should be able to discriminate between value and the form, essence and the form. So value education is meant to understand the essence of anything, the core of anything. Okay, that is why this separation is required. Anything which is physical is a requirement of body, and the ultimate aim of that is to be healthy. And anything which is non-physical is a requirement of self, and the aim of that is to lead a happy life. Now let me define the prosperity. What does prosperity mean? So simple definition, memorize this definition and check for yourself whether it is right or wrong. You check for yourself. Prosperity means it is a feeling. It is a feeling within us. That is feeling of having more than required physical facility. Feeling of having more than required physical facility. Now there are two statements in this sentence. First statement is identification of requirements. First statement. So how can we identify our requirements? We can identify our requirements with right understanding. What is the meaning of right understanding? Right understanding means to be able to separate requirement of self, requirement of body. Okay, requirement of self, requirement of body. For example, say clothes. When we say requirement of self, we are doomed. If we say yes, it is for protection, perfect. But I want to have a nice clothes, no problem. That will be there. You want to look stylish, you look stylish. But basic requirement is protection. Like that, say car is a utility item. All are utility item. Like that, we can find the requirement. Okay. And then, if we are not able to find our requirements, what will happen? It is impossible to have more. Now let me take say this bottle. So I want to fill this bottle. There is no base to this bottle. I remove the base. This is empty. Empty means base is truncated. Base is not there. And I am trying to fill the bottle. I cannot fill it. Why? How? When base is not there, I have to pour infinite water. It's not possible to fill it. When base is there, I can fill and it overflows. Overflow is prosperity actually. So when I identify my requirements, then only I can have more than that. Okay, when I identify my requirement, then only I can have more than that. The question is, if I am unable to identify my requirement, okay, I don't know what I want, whatever my neighbors have, I want all those things, then things keep on changing. So the question mark will come. That is, how much more is more? So an example I will give you. Say I am 5 feet 10 inch tall. What should be my bed size when I sleep? 5 feet 10 inch, 6 feet, appropriate. If it is 7 feet, it is just more than required. If it is 9 feet, it is a luxury for me. Even then, no problem. But if I want a bed size bigger than somebody else's bed, then I am in a problem. So presently what is happening is we are compelled to see what somebody else is doing and I have to do better than that. Now, I need to reach my personal excellence and then only I can create something new for the world. Otherwise, what happens is we will become only copycats. We will always become copycats only. So, my surrounding environment, what are the issues, what are the problems? Okay, I have to understand that and give a proper solution. Now, with this one, I am not telling you or anyone to live with less. No, that is not the point. Point is actually find out what we want. Our education should empower us to find out what we want. So, for example, if you want to buy 5 cars, please go ahead and buy 5 cars. There is nobody stopping you. No stop. But don't cry when somebody is having 6 cars. That is first condition. Second condition is you must use all 5 cars. Okay. So a country with 4.5% of world's population is using 40% of world's resources. Unknowingly, we say it is developed. Okay. So I'm not saying anything, but what I'm saying is find out what you want. Is your education helping you to find out what you want, or whatever others have, you want all those things? So that is important. Now, lack of prosperity leads to deprivation. Deprivation leads to exploitation. What does exploitation means? We have facilities, but we don't use them. That is exploitation. And we are all exploiting nature. So a prosperous person thinks of right utilization and nurtures the other person. A deprived person accumulates and exploits the other person. That is the definition of prosperity. So happiness and prosperity, these are the two basic requirements of human being. Now, if we look at human being as a coexistence of self and body, need of self is happiness and need of body is physical facility. And in time, we want to be happy continuously. It's not that 1 hour happiness per day, no. Okay, but when it comes to food, we want to have assurance of food, but we will consume only few times a day. That's all. And need of self is a qualitative thing, and need of body is a quantitative thing. Now, how to distinguish between these two needs? Say you are hungry, for example, and I have food with me. when you ask for food, I am throwing on your face. What will happen? Will you take? Obviously, you will not take. Because why? Why you will not take? I have to give it to you with respect. Now, respect is a requirement of self. You can see this. Now, when you are hungry, I am giving only respect, no food. How your hunger can be fulfilled? It cannot be fulfilled because I am only giving respect, not food. So, when you are hungry, I have to give you food as well as respect. Now, both the requirements cannot be exchanged. When you are hungry, I need to give food as well as respect. Giving one is not sufficient. So to fulfill the requirements of human being, we need right understanding and right feeling. That is self of human being. And to fulfill the requirements of body, we need physical facilities. For that, we have to put effort. So our education should empower us to do both these things. Have right understanding and right feeling, as well as ability to put effort and produce physical facilities. So proposal number 2, again. So human being is coexistence of self and body. Now self-reflection on these things, needs of human being. So can you recognize the needs? Can you recognize the needs? What are the needs? 2 needs, need of self and need of body. Now are these needs different? Need of body and need of self are different or not? Yes, need of body is anything which is physical is need of body. Anything which is non-physical is need of self. So for acquiring non-physical things, we need knowledge. For acquiring physical things, we need skills. So education is not just mere exercise to generate money. Okay, no, it's not that. It is the purpose of education is to facilitate the harmonious living within us and with everyone else. So now, what is the priority between need of self and need of body? So obviously, need of self will be prioritized. Now, when you look at families, now families are unhappy because of lack of facilities or because of lack of fulfillment of relationships. So you would agree that in many families, what you are seeing in yourself or your colleagues or your friends, okay, actual problem is not the lack of facilities; it is lack of fulfillment of relationship. So we need to understand this point. Now, if say human being has not understood himself or herself, that is the core values of human being, what happens is problems will be appearing at personal level. What are the problems? Loneliness, boredom, purposelessness, lack of clarity, okay, lack of self-confidence. Then that leads to interpersonal problems. That is, we don't want to coexist with each other. There is jealousy, absence of shared goals, lack of trust. And that leads to societal issues, that is poverty, injustice, exploitation, corruption also. And then that leads to environmental problems, big environmental problems. That is, what are environmental problems? Pollution, resource depletion. Now, if you look at the whole nature in a nutshell, let me explain you that in brief. So nature is collection of all these 4 orders: physical, pranic, animal, and human. When we look at first 3 orders, physical, pranic, and animal order, they are actually coexisting. We don't have to do anything. They are helping each other. If you look at, say, take seed and put in soil, plant comes up. Because of plant, soil is getting enriched. Because of soil, plant is getting enriched. Like that, animals and plants, animals and soil, water, all these things, they are helping each other. So mutually fulfilling and mutually enriching process is taking place there. All perfect balance is there. Now here comes human being. Now human being is getting benefit from all these 3 orders, but unfortunately human being is not able to give benefit to any of these 3 orders because of lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. Because of human being, there is a soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. Okay, forests are coming down, animal species and bird species are getting extinct. Why? Because human being has not understood the intricate balance. In spite of studying for 20 years, you can see that in spite of studying 20 years, a human being is not able to understand this balance. Then what for these 20 years are? Now, if there is proper education, proper understanding, and proper self-reflection, this interaction also would be in harmonious manner. Now, let's look at, say, orders of the nature. Orders in the nature are already in coexistence, actually, except human being. So in summary of this one, okay, except human being, all three orders are coexisting. Now, how the human being, okay, can coexist with all three orders? By having proper education and practice that education. That is called sanskar, education and sanskar. Now, who is responsible to ensure that education and sanskar? Parents, teachers or academic institutions, society. In fact, all the above, everyone is responsible for ensuring this education and sanskar. Let me explain about this process of education and sanskar. Very important point. Please focus on this one. Process of education and sanskar has 3 stages in it. So first stage is imitation, second stage is to follow, and third stage is to be in discipline. So there are Hindi equivalent or Telugu equivalent words for that. Anukaranamu, Anusaranamu, Anushasanamu. These three words are there. Now let me take imitation. When we are very young or like maybe infant stage, what we do, we imitate whatever parents are doing, we do that. And then slowly after growing for some time, we look at many other people and try to follow. Okay, these two things. Now, at certain stage, we are put into discipline. What does discipline means? We are asked to do certain things, but we don't know why we are asked to do certain things. But when we resist, we don't do this one. Then what happens is there will be some conditions imposed on us. What are those conditions? Those conditions are either attraction of reward or fear of punishment. These are the conditions which will be imposed on us. Okay. So for example, parents ask me to brush my teeth. And I don't know why I should brush my teeth. And they are not explaining me. They are not able to explain me properly, convince me properly. But when they are not explaining me, convincing me properly, I don't want to do that. Okay. Usually it happens, no? You ask something, parents are asking you to do something, and they are not convincing you. Then you say, I don't want to do it. Then what happens? They put pressure on you. What kind of pressure they put? These are the two pressures, either attraction of reward or fear of punishment. These are the two pressures they put on. But while doing that for some time, okay, after practicing that for some time, what happens is, we realize that no, that is important activity, we need to do it. So let us take this example of brushing teeth. So now at this age, okay, maybe you are say 17, 18 years old right now. Parents are not putting pressure on you to brush your teeth every day. You are doing by yourself. Now that is called self-discipline. If I am able to do on my own, that is called self-discipline. Discipline got converted into self-discipline. Anushasan to Swa-Anushasan. So when discipline is getting converted to self-discipline, at that time there is no attraction of reward, fear of punishment, because we are doing independently. We are empowered to do that independently. Nobody is forcing me to brush my teeth because I know that I want to do it. Now, how to reach from this stage to that stage in every aspect of life? So first one is learning by doing. This is important pedagogy of education. Second one is understanding after learning. Third one is doing with understanding. Learning by doing, understanding after learning, doing with understanding. Now, if I do anything with understanding, then I will be happy. Okay, I will have freedom, swatantra. Okay, I have freedom to do. When I take responsibility of keeping my body healthy, so I can brush my teeth whatever time, whenever I feel, morning, say maybe as a routine I can do in the morning, maybe 2 times I can do, all because I have taken the responsibility. That is important. Now, if I am, say, not happy in doing something, because I do a lot of things in a day, you are doing a lot of things in a day. Some things you do by yourself, and some things you are not doing by yourself, there is some amount of pressure, and we don't like it. That means what? I am not happy while doing certain things. Why I am not happy while doing certain things? Because I have not understood why I have to do that. Okay. Now, when I have not understood why I have to do that, but still there is the attraction of reward or fear of punishment because parents or somebody is putting pressure on me, then slowly what happens is that gets converted into avashasan, indiscipline. That means what? I revolt on it, against it. So that leads to unhappiness. This is called paratantrata. Now, very important thing in life, please remember, is this, like this discipline, self-discipline, indiscipline. where are we in these three boxes? Okay, A, B, and C. A is discipline, B is self-discipline, C is indiscipline. Okay, so I come to A and then I branch out. So in B, what happens is I have freedom to do something. And in C, I have freedom from doing something. Freedom from doing something is a dangerous thing. Freedom to do something is a very, very appreciated thing. So in education, when you are working for 4 years, when you are spending your 4 years, try to find out what do you want to do. You are not liking something is very easy statement to make. I don't like this one. No, that is, world doesn't want to listen to that. What world want to listen to you is what you like. If you like something and if you do something at your peak, with your passion, everything, then you will reach a mark of excellence and world will recognize you. That is very important. Okay, nowadays what is happening is I don't like this one. That has become a fashion statement. Okay, nobody want to listen to that. Okay, what I am not good at it, what I am not good at, or what I don't want to do, why everyone wants to know that? That is not important. But what I am good at, you can take so many people, celebrities. Okay, what they are not good at is not important, but what they are good at is very, very important. Right? That is very important. Now, you are spending 4 years, now find out your passion and put all your energy in that. And when you are putting your energy in that, you have to convince your surrounding environment that, yeah, this is what I am interested in. This is on this I want to put all the energy. Now, if you are in some certain branch of engineering, put all your energy on some subjects in that area so that you are world's best or you are equivalent to world's best. And it is possible. Now, for that, I would like to give this one, and then I think time is ending, so I'll close after this. Maybe another 10 minutes I'll take. Now, what is the path of inquiry? Path of inquiry. So, whatever we see, whatever we read, whatever we listen, these are the three inputs actually we get: seeing, reading, and listening. So, while doing these things, if I pay attention, it will become information inside me. Information. It will be retained as information inside me. So, information, let us assume that it is a dot. So, we have collected so many dots through school books, through teachers, through parents, through social media, so many places. We gathered all that information. There are many dots, and in next 4 years also you will be going to collect so many dots. They are dots. That is information or information packet. It is there. Now the next thing is learning. What is learning? It is connection between these two dots. Connection between any two dots is called learning. So when you connect, you learn something. Learning is that process, connecting one thing to another thing, so that it will be retained inside you for longer time. So there are so many dots scattered, and then you are connecting one dot to other dot, third dot, fourth dot, like that you have connected so many dots. Then while connecting, this learning gets matured into knowledge. What does knowledge means? Knowledge means, say, for example, hypothetical example, a closed image. So I have, say, dots, one dot, second dot, third dot, fourth dot, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, like that. If I put, say, 7, 8 dots, automatically I am seeing an image of circle in that. So if I draw a circle, how many dots are there in that circle? Infinite dots actually. But for me to get to circle, I don't need to put infinite dots. If I have, say, 8 to 10 dots, then I can easily tell that this is circle. So learning to knowledge is that jump. Okay, that jump. So in say in Telugu language it is called sakshatkaram. Suddenly learning matures into knowledge, and knowledge has infinite information. If you have knowledge on any particular things, you can create infinite information. That is what is the beauty of learning. So information to learning matures into knowledge. Okay, knowledge. Now like that, so many knowledge are there within you. Now when somebody is asking you a question is again in a packet, information packet. It hits somewhere and all the circles, all the images which are connected to the dot gets reflected inside us. That is called intelligence. Intelligence means recollection of all the information which is passing through that dot is intelligence. And if we use that for the benefit of ourselves and the surrounding environment and the mankind and the entire nature, that is called wisdom. Now, these are the 5 stages. Information, learning. First is information, second is learning, third is knowledge, fourth is intelligence, fifth is wisdom. Now, given a choice, where do you want to be? Given a choice, where do you want to be? Obviously, you would answer that yes, you want it to be at the wisdom stage. Now, believe me, except information, nothing comes from outside. Only information comes from outside. Be it your parents, be your teachers, wherever you go in the world, you will get only information. Only information. Okay, best of the institutes in the world, again, give information only. Now, learning to wisdom is personal journey. So you must have joined some department. Okay, so maybe mechanical engineering, okay, maybe information sciences, IT, civil engineering, computer science, whatever department you have joined. Whatever department. If you excel, world will recognize you. If you want to become ordinary kind of thing, nothing. There will be a lot of struggle. But if you want to excel, yes. And nobody can stop you to excel if you want to excel. If you want to excel, nobody can stop you to excel. Now, what is required? You should have a dedication. That is every day that I will learn this thing today. I will learn these things today. World's best information is available at your doorstep. If you say that, say, I want such and such lecture from the world best professor, go ahead. It is available. Just check that. Okay, and then you can help your teacher. That, sir, this is what I found. Madam, this is what I found. Okay, this is a good information. So nobody can stop you to excel. Okay, proposal number 3. Education is the basis for human beings' conduct. So when I reach wisdom, automatically my conduct will be towards harmony or in harmony. Now, this last one, mind the gap. What is the gap? Is like, do we want to, we should respect everyone or only few people? If I ask you this question, what is the answer? Okay, respect everyone or only few people? Answer is yes, respect everyone. Are we respecting everyone? Answer is no. Why? Because our practice is like that. Okay, do you want to be healthy? Answer is yes. But are you practicing healthy habits? Answer is no. Okay, all stages, this is the problem. Now, what is required is, there is a gap between what we really want and what we currently are. This gap is cause of unhappiness. Now, it is very easy to find out. Okay, so what we really want is to be in alignment with our innate acceptance. And if we live in alignment with our innate acceptance, that is happiness. If we are in contradiction with our innate acceptance, that is unhappiness. Now, let me give you the levels, innate acceptance and not acceptable. At the level of individual, what is innately acceptable? Happiness, clarity, peace, satisfaction. Unhappiness is not acceptable. Lack of clarity, not acceptable. So, family, mutual happiness, harmony is acceptable. Conflicts, not acceptable. Society, fearlessness, prosperity, peace is acceptable. Corruption, wars, exploitation, not acceptable. At the level of nature, coexistence is acceptable. Pollution, resource depletion is not acceptable. So what is desirable? All that is in green color. What is prevailing is in red color. So now our education must help in bringing this red color into green color, which is already, I know it. I want this one. So nobody will stop if I want to come to this green color. It is the surrounding environment's influence, surrounding environment's wrong influence, which is compelling me to live in red color. So now that is the big issue. So I need to understand this and come out of this one. Okay, to live in harmony is the innate acceptance of every human being. Now you look at it. Do you want to live in harmony? Obviously, answer would be yes. Do you want your family also to be in harmony? Answer is yes. Do you want society to be in peace? Yes, answer is yes. Do you want coexistence in the order of nature? Again, answer is yes. So, now, yes, I'm skipping few slides. Let me come to this relationship. After that, I will stop. Now relationship, human relationship. This you will definitely require in next 4 years. So what is that? You will make new friends. Okay? Please listen. I'll give an example and then conclude after that. The example is, suppose you are traveling in a train and there is a three-seater. Two people are already sitting there and you are third person. You went and sat there. Now, fourth person came. What do we do generally? Generally, we spread our legs. We don't allow the fourth person to sit, or we put bag in between. That is what naturally happens. Now, if this fourth person is known to you, what do? First, we remove the bag and request other two people, say that, sir, please make some place, so that fourth person you can accommodate very easily, because it is already available there. Now, if fourth person is important, what do? You get up and ask that person to sit. So, simple conclusion is, when we recognize relationship, we fulfill it. Recognition is prerequisite for fulfillment. If we don't recognize, we will not fulfill. Now, we have to understand that this recognition is under question. When you recognize, you automatically give the seat. Even if seat is not there, you want to get up and give the seat. That is what happens when you recognize a relationship. So it is human relationship which is important. And that is what is required or prerequisite for coexistence. Now these days what is happening is, we are not able to recognize our relationship with our parents, siblings, colleagues, friends. We have small fights leading towards disharmony of our own self. So I would like to stop here. It is already time is over. So just would like to take some questions, but 1 second. Let me come to the some 3 advices I would like to give you. 3 promises I would like to take from you. 3 promises, okay? Maybe if possible, take the screenshot. So first promise is, do not take shortcuts in learning. That means what? Example, copying assignment. Promise that you will never copy an assignment till you graduate. Okay, that is the first promise. Okay, for a happy and harmonious society, this is the first thing I request you. Second thing is, use full daylight time. That means what? Wake up before sunrise. That is the second one. And third one, have proper 3 meals a day and nothing in between. The moment you do all these 3 things, this looks very rudimentary kind of thing, but the moment you remember and take care of all these things, these 3 things, things will be completely different, okay, for you in next 4 years or after 4 years or throughout your life. So with this, I would like to stop and express my thanks and gratitude to MVSR College. So these are my contact details, so you can approach me at any point in time. And if you want to listen to the lectures, video recorded lectures, you can search for my name on YouTube. That is the channel name. So yeah, I think around 100 lectures are available topic wise. So I'll stop here. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible? Sir, am I audible? Sir, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, because it is a one-way communication and we sent a feedback form as well as some queries form to the students, sir. So we got many responses, and out of which I'm picking a few questions, sir.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sir, one question. How to overcome the anxiety and improve self-confidence?
Okay, how to?
Overcome anxiety and improve self-confidence.
Yeah. So this is very easy. So first thing is, say we need to identify our capacity. Okay. There is an elaborated answer. I'll take 2-3 minutes to explain that one. We need to understand our capacity. So everyone has certain capacity. So with our capacity, we do certain things. Now, say let's look at, say this circle is our capacity. That circle is our capacity. Okay. And then when we are doing something, we remember many other things, and it will disturb what we are doing. So what we need to do to avoid that is, one circle is our capacity, and we are not able to deliver up to that capacity. Our efficiency is becoming very, very less. So there are a lot of things in to-do list, big one, big circle. So every time a gap between to-do list and my capacity, that acts as frustration in life, and that leads to lack of self-confidence. So easy advice, because you are starting now your fresh college days, easy advice is, every day in the morning you write what do you want to do throughout your day. Just write that. Okay. So if you start writing your day plan, and you be sincere to your day plan, then automatically you will have a grip on your day, and thereby your confidence will increase. Say something like, hey, I'm doing something and I remember suddenly something else. So what I have to do is give an appointment to that. Say, okay, this I will do, say tomorrow or day after tomorrow, say at 11 o'clock. Like that, if I start planning my days, then automatically what happens is I will be focusing only on what I am doing right now. So for that, sincere planning is required. So when you plan things, then automatically confidence will increase. So plan things according to your capacity. So automatically your efficiency will increase, and you will be a properly self-confident person. Yes.
Sir, second question, sir. What is the difference between ethics and values?
Okay, ethics means values put into practice is called ethics.
One more question, sir. Yes, sir.
Is called ethics. Yeah.
Can happiness and more than required physical facilities be together?
Yes, definitely it will be together. Okay, definitely. Say for example, say when you are hungry, how much food you want? Infinite or like appropriate of what you can?
Appropriate food, sir.
So we are not able to decide our clothes like that. How many pairs of clothes we want? So always if somebody says that buy one get two free, even when we don't need it, we are compelled to buy. That is what is attraction. So what I'm saying is, first find out what you want. Otherwise, society will attract you towards all the directions, or losing our energy. We are buying much more than what we require. I am not saying anything wrong in buying, but don't expect happiness through all those things what you buy.
Yes, sir. So one more question, sir. Every person have their own particular aims and desires, but
Yes.
kind of fear stops them to fulfill it. How to overcome this problem, sir?
Yeah. So what the way you overcome the fear is your desire in contradiction with surrounding environment, or it is in conformation with surrounding environment. If the desires are in conformation with surrounding environment, then there won't be any fear. Okay, there will be automatically good environment to achieve that. But unfortunately, what happens is our desires are in contradiction with surrounding environment. That is the reason why we are not able to share many things with our parents, many things with our teachers. Why? We immediately have a doubt that they will say no. So that means I am reinforcing a desire which is in contradiction with my own environment. So transparency is utmost important at this age. And you be transparent with the people who are responsible for you. Otherwise, what is happening is, in current education, the moment a child is going to school, child thinks that parents don't know anything. That is the first conclusion. And when person comes to college, there is a second conclusion. That conclusion is teacher doesn't know anything. Because so much material. And after the conclusion is coming that I know everything. So person who claims that I know everything should be happy. But this person is in full of chaos. So for that, to remove these problems, we need to be sincere. Okay, sincere and be transparent with people around us. So if we are non-transparent, we will automatically land into problems. Yeah.
Sir, what are the qualities of true leader, sir?
Qualities of
True leader.
Yeah, true leader is following what he or she is saying. Okay, thereby environment will be generated and around them. Okay, so then people will follow. So one is inspiration. Okay, you be an inspiration for surrounding environment. When you will become inspiration to surrounding environment, you are doing what you are saying, and that is in harmony with your surrounding environment.
Sir, one last question, sir.
Yeah.
How to make perfect timetable?
See, there is no recipe for perfect timetable. Don't believe anyone. I am telling you, you just start making whatever you like. And then you be sincere, it slowly gets refined. Okay. So one advice what I follow is, if you want to see my timetable, you can you go to website and see. So what is required is have a consistent wake up time and have a consistent sleep time. And in between, whatever you want to do, please write. Remember this one, write. Please write in a book every day what you want to do. So if you start writing, then automatically you will learn the knack of the game. Okay, otherwise, I will tell you how to do timetable. I will tell you this thing. It won't work for you. You have to make it for yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can I ask one last question, please?
Yes, madam, go ahead.
We just now discussed that there may be small disputes in relationships. So do we need to compromise with others to
Madam, you're not audible.
Do we need to compromise with others to live in harmony?
No, madam, it's not a compromise. We will never, person with right understanding will never compromise. Problem is what? It is the lack of understanding which is affecting us. Okay, if we have right understanding, then we will convince and take the other person with us. Okay, it is not that your way or my way. It is our way. So, for example, say it's an objective problem. That is a focus problem. Say you and me are discussing, for example, or you and your colleague are discussing. The discussion slowly gets converted into argument. Now, when you are arguing with your friend, you want to win the argument or lose the argument? Yes, obviously you want to win the argument. So winning the argument is the short-lived happiness. You will lose a friend actually. Whenever you win the argument, relationship will reduce. So if you are a person with right understanding, you will never take discussion into argument, because you will have all the time to explain your friend sometime later. That is what is a symbol of right understanding. If you are landing into arguments, landing into compromises, that means it is our problem first, more than the other person's problems. So I need to understand, yes. So compromise is the symbol of lack of understanding. Feeling that I am getting compromised. Waiting to gain knowledge and help the other person go together. That is a symbol of understanding, right understanding. Okay?
So many students ask one question, sir, similar question.
Yeah.
So what is the difference you find in the students who studied in IIT or NIT and local engineering college? They're talking about mental abilities, sir.
Yeah, nothing. In fact, like I would like to say that like you will have much more motivation than any other students. Okay. Why? Because you have narrowly missed these places. So please keep up this motivation. So if you look at, say, like any premier institute and any non-premier institute, and by this time you must have already thought that you are in non-premier institute. Please don't do that mistake. Okay. You will make institute shine if you start working on your own dreams. Okay, with passion. No institute is bad. No place is bad. Every institute is good. Please remove that, because you have to be in this institute for 4 years or maybe more if you want to do a PG. Actual result depends on you. It is only like sometimes you will get a brand image for introduction. That's all. Nothing more than that. But if you work with passion, you will become your own brand. Nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take it from you. So you are really, really highly motivated people. Please don't lose that. Please don't lose that. I wish you all these 1,000 people will become tower of excellence. Okay, in next 4 years, if you invest time on yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was a wonderful session. Thank you for your patience for answering the questions.
Yeah. Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye bye. And all the best to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Students, there's an announcement, students, girls and boys. We'll have a diagnostic test in mathematics from 3:30. You'll be sent the link afterwards. We'll have a diagnostic test in mathematics from 3:30 to 4:30. The link will be sent afterwards.